For years, one of the cornerstones of MMA has been grappling. That is what made it so revolutionary to begin with. After UFC 1, which featured Royce Gracie running over stand-up and grappling opponents, the rhetoric has become one of "Jiu-Jitsu is the best, nothing else works as well." Submission specialists such as Aoki, Nogueira, Rousey, and more have proven the effectiveness of grappling. Over time, the adverse of the submission specialist has been toiling away in his garage trying to find answers. Pure stand-up in MMA was considered to be a less viable way to win. For this video, we will look at not only one of my favorite fights, but fighters, Mirko Cro Cop. Silva vs. Cro Cop 2 was a highly anticipated fight. Their first ended in a draw, which only added fuel to the already personal rivalry between the two. The first fight could be characterized by Cro Cop's apprehension while facing off with the Pride middleweight champion. After being taken down once, he did not want to play that game again. Didn't matter anyway. At a later event, a rematch would be had. Cro Cop would dominate every facet of the fight, including groundwork. We will analyze key aspects of Mirko's strategy. Vanderlei Silva is known for his devastating hooks. Thrown in rapid succession, the axe murderer overwhelms the opponent. Closing distance with wild shots can bewilder him and make clinch work much easier to access. Not like Vandy uses knee strikes anyway, though. Also, when one decides to engage Silva in a brawl, they will usually be on the losing end of the exchanges. Cro Cop negated these throws by utilizing a stutter step backwards. Instead of jumping back or hollowing out such as in Thai, he would widen his stance just enough to create distance and weave out of the way of the shots. You see him using footwork to get distance and angulation on Silva while also staying in the pocket to strike as well. Although it would cost him versus Kevin Randleman, Cro Cop would find success once in this fight using his hands to defend a takedown. Depending on the style of wrestling you learn, you will see preference towards bracing with the hands and scooting your hips away as opposed to a full-on sprawl. This can be better for a stand-up fighter in that the hands do not need to be as occupied. One can bulldog a man to his back and ground and pound if they so choose. One may simply back off and use the moment the opponent must take to compose themselves to return a strike. The inexperienced fighter may look at ground and pound as an all-out, balls-to-the-wall attempt to end a fight. It's not that easy. Blows will be defended, and the man on the bottom can use opportunities you present to him through your movements to submit you. A slow, calculated ground and pound will stress your opponent out and tire him. You, on the other hand, can pick your shots at your leisure. One thing you can see here if you look closely at Mirko's arms is his elbow positioning. This is what made it so hard for Vanderlei to do anything on the ground. When you touch your hips to your own thighs with his legs in the middle, it negates the hips. When he buries his head, it negates sitting up to get out. When you are on top, you create space when you want. Cro Cop played it safe with his ground and pound unless he saw Vandy hurt. He played it smart. You see Vanderlei get desperate after being placed back on the ground. Cro Cop's left kick is his most famous asset, so much so that much of the game plan for his opponent revolves around defending it. Vanderlei kept his hands high enough to defend the kick. When Cro Cop noticed this, he started rocking the body. The left high kick coming after the mid was missed due to Vanderlei's awareness of the different levels and failing to defend the kick properly. Fearing another body kick, he tucked his elbow only to eat one to the side of the head. Anti-grappling and wrestlers' jiu-jitsu are taking more prominent positions in the world of mixed martial arts today. It's not that jiu-jitsu and other ground fighting is ineffective, it's just why fight a grappling game if you can punch him in the head. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, sub, comment, and share. Next video is going to be out soon. Thank you.